Good morning, it's me, Bernard, and today I want to show you a little bit more about our, airships and how they are played and what makes them so special regarding in game terms, because a lot of people of you asked, you're always showing the airplanes, the dogfighters, but what about the airships? And we showed the airships at Frankfurt, for example, and we played this with them in Cologne and in UK Games Expo. But yes, it's right, we didn't make a video until now. And yes, I want to show you a little bit more about these behemoths. Let's start with movement. I'll show you the data sheet of the airship. And you see the airship it has a maximum speed, of course. It's a lot more slower than an aircraft. It has a reverse speed instead of a minimum speed, and that's important because it can move backwards. Yes, it can move backwards, and that makes it really special. It has quite low engine power. Agility is very low. That's very important. That's something to keep in mind. But on the other hand, you see it has a lot of structure points. Yes, 12 structure points. If it receives 6 damage points, nothing happens. Nothing will happen until then. And then you see the yellow ones. The yellow ones, if an airship is damaged, it starts to descend 1 altitude level at the end of the movement. And this is really important, because if it hits the ground and it's lost, the airship is lost with the entire crew aboard, and when you cross off the red sections, then it's really badly damaged. It's literally falling out of the skies. It's dropping 2 altitude levels in the process, and that's quite, that's not good. But you see, you can do something against this, and I will tell you. To see, the critical damage table is similar to this of the aircrafts, and instead of external load points, you have docking point systems to choose from, and there are a lot of docking point systems. Let's take a look at them. Of course, it matters for some systems where they are placed. Yes, if you take, for example, an artillery turret on top of the airship, it has a 360-degree of field of fire. Yes, if you put it on the left side, for example, yes, you can only use it on the left side. Yes. On the other hand, if you place an anti-aircraft turret on top of it, yes, you have a 360-degree field of fire. Yes. But on the left side, it's only the left side. Yes, hard options to choose from. But let's start with movement. Yes, same logic as with the aircrafts. Yes, you enhance your agility, your engine power. You adjust the engine power. You get slower or you get faster. Depends on what you want. Yes, and then let's say we are 3 fast. 1, 2, 3, and then we do a turn to the left, for example. Yes, it's as simple as that. And at each point where you can make a turn, you can also climb or you can dive. Doesn't matter. Same logic as with the aircraft. The other thing about the airships is you don't have when it's let's keep with movement for a second. Airships are always moving first. Same logic as with the aircraft. First the green airships, then the experienced ones, veterans, aces, and then the aircrafts will move. So in case of this example, we have a green aircraft, we have an experienced aircraft, we have a green aircraft, and we have a veteran airship. The veteran airship moves first, and then the green fighter moves. Then the experienced fighter moves, then the veteran and the ace aircrafts, and when it comes to combat, it doesn't matter if it's an airship or if it's an aircraft, they are fighting together. Only in terms of movement, the airships are always moving first. That's it. And let's take a look at combat. Yes, let's say we are here. 1, 2, 3, 4 axes away, and if you would take a look at this position, the anti-aircraft battery is on the wrong side of the airship. It cannot shoot on this side. This is a passive thing. I will explain it later. And the bomb racks can't shoot against aircraft. So the BOA fighter bomber has a heavy cannon and light machine gun. And I will show you why the heavy cannon is so hard against the airship. Against the airships. So it's a veteran, he's an experienced one. That means it's a 6 to hit, and we have nothing. But I can re-roll every missed hit because the aircraft or the airship is so large. In this example, I didn't roll anything, but let's say I made 2 hits, for example. Then I have to do the damage roll. And this is really good roll because the heavy cannon does damage on a 3, 5, and 6. Or 3, 4, 5, 6. And that means damage. But I have to re-roll the damage. Okay, same. 3 means I do 1 damage roll. A 6 means I do 3 damage rolls. So this is 4 points of damage against the airship from 1 single cannon. So now let's take a look what's going on if we're doing this with machine guns. Yes, you know the Arrow is a standard fighter. He has a lot of machine guns. He's a close range fighter. So we are here in optimum range for him. And let's say yes, same altitude. No. Let's say he's 1 altitude higher than the airship. So if you want a perfect position, yes, but doesn't matter because it's a veteran. So it's not yeah. Didn't lead to any better hit rolls because he's 2 experience levels higher than the green pilot, so it's still a 6. Sorry. Okay, 6 with the light machine gun, and we have a hit, and we can re-roll these 2. So 2 hits with the light machine gun. Now we roll for damage, and we hit nothing, no damage. We do the same with the heavy machine gun. No hit. We can re-roll. No hit. Let's say we made 2 hits with the heavy machine guns again. So 2 damage rolls. 1, 5. The 5 must be re-rolled. And this is nothing. So you see, with the cannon, we were able to do really, really bad damage to the airship. With the MGs, despite there are a lot of more dice against the airship, we do less damage. Yes, so it's really important to plan how to kill an airship if this is your plan. Think about external loadouts, for example. If this green pilot would have been equipped with 2 Nebelwerfer rockets, for example, the Nebelwerfer rockets have 2 dice each. Yeah, so 2 external loadout means 4. And they are quite inaccurate. They must be re-rolled if they hit anything. But in this case, we have to re-roll misses. So it's a simple attack. No re-rolls, just 1 simple attack against the 6. Let's take a look. Yeah, in this case, we didn't hit anything, but let's say we did 2 hits. Yes, then it's down to damage. And the Nebelwerfer does damage on a 2 class. So these are 2 damage. We have to re-roll it. I see it. Yes. 2 means 1 damage point, and 5 is even 3 damage points. So we have 4 damage points from Nebelwerfer rocket strike. Yes. So you see, with the right loadout, with the right preparation, you can take on an airship. Let's say it's looking this way. Yes, it could have, the airship could have defended itself with anti-aircraft, with its anti-aircraft batteries. And it's the light anti-aircraft battery equipped, so it's medium range. It has 2 dice, no hit. But in the process, it doesn't need to roll for fire discipline, because airships have enough ammunition for everything during the combat. Only exception is the bomb rack. The bomb rack must be reloaded, yes, and so it's only possible to drop bombs every 2 turns. But hey, you have 10 dice with 1 strike and the blast of each hex around, so it's I think it's worth waiting 1 round. Yes, and that's essentially combat. You see, take a look at the datasheet again. You have, for each docking point, you have a crew, and you can opt with this crew for not using this docking point system, and instead, depends of course on the experience of the airship, you can try to repair your ship. And let's say we took 4 damage points, and now we are saying, okay, the anti-aircraft battery can't, yes, when it's that way, yes, anti-aircraft battery can't do anything, we don't have fighters with us, so I take this 2 crew and try to repair, and a 4+ means for a veteran a success, a 1 is a miss, so I could undo or repair 1 critical hit, or yes, one structure point. Yes, for each hit, the last example, for example, I would have rolled for critical hits as well. Yeah, so the rudders would have been destroyed, or 5 means the docking point system is gone. That's randomized, which docking point system is destroyed, and if the docking point system is destroyed or damaged due to a critical hit, you can't use the crew of this docking point system for repairing. So if you're out of docking point systems, you cannot repair the airship anymore. You're in the hands of the gods now. Yes, and yes, that's essentially how to play an airship. You have a lot of more options. Let's say the radar, for example. The radar is a passive system. That means friendly aircraft in 6 hexes around the airship are 1 experience level higher than they are regarding movement. Yes, so a green pilot would can move with the experienced ones. He's not experienced in the sense of combat or fire discipline or pilot checks, but regarding his movement. So he's able to place himself in a better position when he's in range of the airship. Then we have a jammer, for example. The jammer is yes, 1 agility level. He drops the agility level of enemy fighters in 6 hexes range. Yeah, so let's say this one, the Boar, has an agility level of high. When he's within 6 hexes of a jammer equipped airship, he's medium until he leaves the system or the space around the airship, or the jammer system gets destroyed, damaged in the course of a critical hit on the datasheet. Yeah, bomb racks are for ground attack, and artillery turrets, for example, are the same. They can destroy ground targets. They can even shoot at other airships and fighter aircraft that are of medium agility or lower. And that's a neat thing. Imagine you have a jammer equipped aircraft. Yes, you're fighting a Boar. He's now medium in range. Yes, and then you can fight him with the artillery turret. Yes. Or the badass magnetic railguns, for example. Yes, so neat little things you can do with the airships. And what's also important, the airships, they cost you like 2 aircraft to send them on a mission. Yes, so if you want, remember, 2 aircrafts are for free, and if so, you can send 2 aircrafts on a mission, or 1 airship. If you want to send more aircrafts, or the airship with more aircrafts, let's say an airship with 2 aircrafts, it would cost you 2 fame points. And that's how airships are treated. You see, they are not that more difficult than aircraft. They follow the same logic. There is a crew management, rudimentary crew management system built in, because you can repair things. If you want to, let's say, with docking clamp, for example, this is also important. Yes, let's say the airship is tending in this direction. Yes. That way, and you want to dock with it, you have to fly at the same altitude with the airship, plus minus 1 speed. You have to end movement in one of the adjacent hexes, namely this. Oops. Namely this or this hex. Yes, and if you end your movement in this hex, your aircraft is docked and repaired, and the next round, next turn, for example, the airship moves that way, and the only thing you can do is now to start from the airship. That means minimum speed, in that case 2, same altitude, same direction as the airship, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, so you would be placed here. This is the final placement. This is the final placement of your aircraft after undocking. And it's essentially that, yes. It's a thrilling thing to see an airship getting badly damaged during the course of the game. And you can repair it. You can opt for not using the docking point systems to repair your ship, which seems fair because it costs a lot of fame and it's really hard to level up your airships. And yes, that's it. Yes. So I hope you got a little more insight on how to use airships. To get a sense why they are that great. And yes, they will add a lot of flavor to your games. And yes, thanks for watching, and see you up in the skies.